Northwestern State University. Welcome to Eagle Field. Today's game is between the PCC Eagles and the Georgia Southwestern State Canes. The opening ceremony will begin shortly. Tonight's sports medicine coverage is provided by the Andrews Institute and Baptist Healthcare, the official sports medicine provider for Pensacola Christian College. Starting tonight for the visiting Canes from Georgia Southwestern. Number 1, Francesco Bazzano. Number 2, J.P. Merlet. Number 3, Mohamed Balde. Number 6, Zay Harris. Number 7, Jonathan Sayers. Number 9, Dylan Marshall. Number 10, Tiago Elias. Number 11, Mateus Alves. Number 14, Julian Rugel.
Number 18, Rafael Faria. Number 20, Chris Avery. The Canes are led by Coach Warren Russ. And now, your Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Starting tonight, number 0, a sophomore from Cleveland, Ohio, Brent Konosinski. Number 1, a junior from Mansfield, Ohio, Jake McClellan. Number 2, a senior from Petoskey, Michigan, Jeff Thompson. Number 5, a senior from Milton, Florida, Tim Yefimov. Number 9, a sophomore from Monroe, Michigan, Riley Vahalski. Number 12, a junior from Ashland, Ohio, Nick Standridge. Number 13, a sophomore from Cleveland, Ohio, Hayden Hoffman. Number 14, a junior from Ashland, Ohio, Ben Grover. Number 15, a senior from Flint, Michigan, Travis Rose. Number 17, a junior from Fairfax, Virginia, Jason Upchurch. Number 24, a freshman from Kissimmee, Florida, Jacob Krieger. The Eagles are led by Coach Joe Lewas with assistant coaches Mateus Kanata and Ryan Kenner. Officiating for tonight's game are Logan Reeves, Uwe Tittle, and Jason Keel. Please stand for prayer. Dear God, I thank you for a beautiful day that you've given to us to come together and watch this competition. I pray you'll be with every player, official, and spectator that we will do this competition in a Christ-like manner, and that you will get the honor and glory for everything done throughout this competition. In Jesus' name, amen. Please remain standing for the national anthem sung by Matthew Betts.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home
National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the four core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition.
And welcome back. You've heard the starters for both teams. The Eagles tonight coming out with Grant Kudzinski in goal, Jeff Thompson, Travis Rose, Jason Upchurch, and Ben Grover starting on the back line. In the midfield today, a change to the starting lineup. Jacob Krieger into the lineup, Hayden Hoffman into the lineup in place of Kendall Molinex and Paul Stewart. Tim Yefimov starting on the right side, and up top, Nick Standridge, Jake McClellan, and Riley Michalski. We're going to get it right one of these days. The Eagles come into today's game looking for their first victory of the season against the Canes, an NCAA Division II opponent. Going to be a tough matchup for this Eagles. Look for the defense to play a huge role in a potential victory today. The Eagles are going to take the opening kickoff. Jake McClellan standing over the ball at midfield, waiting for the ref's whistle. Definitely good for the Eagles to have forward Jake McClellan back. Played his first game of the season against the Range, made a huge difference. Coach Lewas talked to me a lot after the game about what Jake McClellan is able to bring to this offense, that creativity. We saw a little bit of that at the end of the game yesterday. A long assist to Nick Standridge for the tying goal in 40 seconds today. Braden, how big of a difference does it make having Jake McClellan in the center of that offense? Yeah, what he said today. Checks back to the ball. Always looking for the outside. Number 10, Tiago Elias, going to take the free kick here from about 35 yards out. They're going to put the ball in the box, create some early pressure on that Eagles defense today. Ball kick short down the line to number 7. Number 7 trying to get to the edge, does. Gets the ball to the middle, header over the net, goes wide. Halsey on the line, gets it to Hoffman, Hoffman back to Thompson, Thompson to the hole right. McClellan in space. Slithers his way to the middle of the defense, gets the ball to the far side. Grover looking upfield. Fired back to Yefimov. Back to Grover. Grover down the line. Standridge looking to get on the end of it. Is he going to get there? Gets there. Ball's going to be out of bounds. We're going to have offsides called on the Eagles. Braden, that was something on Thursday night we talked a lot about, the offsides calls on the Eagles. I definitely felt it made a huge difference in the game. Eagles still had a lot of opportunities, but maybe could have had even more if they had been just a step farther back.
Yeah, and you appreciate the aggressive play that they're trying to get on those, but I mean, when you get those calls, you're obviously stopping the play completely. That ball, giving it to that defensive line to clear out. So you want to be aggressive, but you can't be taking that line too far.
He's throwing. Rose gets a head on it. Gets another head on it. Up to Standridge. Standridge gets a head on it. Standridge ahead to McClellan. McClellan racing down the sidelines. Is he going to get there? He does not. The ball rolls out for a Canes throw-in.
Jeff, you have one. Travis, you have one. Jason, you have two. Around me. Tim, drop. Tim, drop. Okay. Jeff, you have two. Hey, through.
We're experiencing some audio difficulties early in today's game. I believe we have those fixed at this time. If you haven't heard us yet today, we apologize for that. A lot of good information has been already given, but you didn't hear it.
We were just talking.
You and me just having a conversation. Braden, good to be back on air. Bahalski plays the ball into the box. Back to Krieger. Krieger looking to McClellan. McClellan unable to get there. Thompson cutting across the field. Gets the ball into Standridge. Standridge trying to make a run. Ball going to be just long. Going to roll out for a Canes goal kick. Again, experiencing a little audio difficulty here at the beginning of the game. Thank you for sticking with us. We should be good to go now. Well, Braden, I guess that means we've got about 10 minutes of things to rehash at this point. If you're just tuning in, the Eagles come into today 0-3. The Canes 1-1-1 on the season. The Canes an NCAA Division II squad. Going to be a huge test for the Eagles in the early going. Braden, we talked a lot in pregame before everyone else joined us about the defense. Going to be a huge talking point tonight. Played a lot better the other evening against LaGrange, but still they weren't able to secure that victory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they, like you said, we played a long game on Thursday night, and they played well for the most part. Gave up a couple goals, and LaGrange making the most of those opportunities the other night. But really looking for communication out of the center with Jason Upchurch playing his second game there tonight or this afternoon. And then Travis Rose, senior Travis Rose, looking for good communication out of him as well. Continued communication as he builds that defense and gets the season rolling.
Ball played into the box there by the Canes, headed out by Nick Standridge. Canes take the ball into the center of the field. McClellan chasing. Ben Grover trying to get there, unable to do so. The Canes forward fouled by number 12, Nick Standridge. The ref summoning Standridge here, looking to chat with him very early on in the game. Not going to be a cardable offense at this point, but looking to warn him that later in the game that will be something that he continues to watch as the game goes on. Braden, the other thing, we talked about the defense, also talking about the offense. A notoriously slow-starting Eagles offense early on in the season. Played extremely well against LaGrange College. Really felt they dominated that game. You talking with Coach Lewas and even some of the players after the game, they felt like they ran the LaGrange defense all over the place, but they just weren't able to finish. How can they potentially finish some of their opportunities tonight against a stout Canes defense?
Well, you heard Coach talk about it last game, but these quick opportunities that they're looking to take shots. You know what? Like not letting the LaGrange or even tonight with the Canes defense getting set so much with their offense moving up. So quick passes and quick shots, looking to convert those into some goals here this afternoon.
The Eagles definitely looking a little out of sorts in the early going here on offense, trying to feel out the Canes a little bit. This is the first matchup ever between these two teams. The Canes coming down from Georgia. Obviously, we're from right here in Pensacola, Florida. Should be a good test. Coach Lewas this year definitely improved the strength of schedule playing. We saw in preseason Spring Hill, and you're going to see some tougher teams as we go on. University of Mobile later in the season, University of West Florida at their place, Georgia Southwestern. Really looking to prepare us for that regional and national tournament, ideally.
Mm-hmm.
Stray ball makes its way onto the field. The Eagles are going to have the throw in. Ball stolen there. Again, a foul by Standridge.
You can appreciate the aggressive play tonight or this afternoon already. As Nick Standridge getting called for a couple fouls, looking to get maybe a little bit more contact on the ball rather than the body of a man there. But that's what the Eagles are going to need to with this. It looks like a physically bigger team for the Canes this afternoon. So really looking like they're going to need to press this defense, move quickly, and be physical when they can.
Yeah, absolutely. Although we didn't stream the game during preseason playing Spring Hill College, another Division II squad. Both these squads are full scholarship squads. The biggest thing we saw in that game, it was 9-2 at halftime. The Eagles struggled early on in exhibition, but they failed to be physical with a very physical team. And so you see maybe Joe Lewas, head coach Joseph Lewas, putting a little bit of an emphasis on that early in the game. Hey, go out there and be physical with these guys. You know you can play with them, but you're going to need to be physical with them because they are a very talented squad.
Yep.
And again, I think that plays very well into our defense. You see Travis Rose in the middle. He's a big guy. Coach Lewas inserted Jason Upchurch last game, another big, strong guy in the middle. And then Jeff Thompson, he's a tinier guy, but he's one of the strongest guys on this team, tends to always get the ball away from people, and you saw that a little bit in the last game against LaGrange. The Canes are going to take a corner kick here. Ball played into the box. Hoffman coming forward. Ball back out to number 7, Jonathan Sayers. Sayers looking to get the ball inside. Thompson gets a foot on it. McClellan racing up the left sideline. Looking for options, gets it back to the goalie. Yefimov in the middle of the field, over to McClellan. McClellan sends it back to Upchurch. Upchurch looking for options, sends the ball long downfield, gets deflected. Bahalski chasing, unable to get there. Standridge looking to create some pressure in the middle of the field. Yefimov gets a foot on it, but it's a foot race here between Thompson and the Canes offensive player. Ball sent to the middle of the field. Number 10, Tiago Elias. Some good, strong defense there by senior Travis Rose there in the middle on that run. Braden, how important is he to this defense? We've talked in length about losing a couple guys from last season. He's the lone returner from that national championship squad. Talk to me about some of that experience he gained last year and how that's only going to help him this year.
Yeah, well, playing in the center with Adrian Torres last season was great for Travis, obviously. Playing at center defender spot, he's going to be key in communication, but also, as you saw just there in that last play with Ben Grover, when those outside defenders are beat, that now comes on the center defender position. He's the last line of defense before that goalie. So that was a great play right there by Travis, sliding over, making sure that man is marked with the ball, and that he's covering everything he possibly can there in the middle.
Good recovery defense there by the Eagles. Looked like the Canes were going to have a golden goal-scoring opportunity. Thompson able to get a foot on it, and Bahalski able to get the ball out of bounds. The Canes get the throw in, and they're back in business. Baldy out to Harris. Harris going forward to number 11. Brent Konosinski's going to get his hands on the ball. Now, one thing that can't go unmentioned right now, we mentioned the Eagles seem a little bit out of sorts. Their leader, Paul Stewart, starting the game off on the bench. How much does he mean to this team, and do you really feel that may be the difference right now in maybe the play you're seeing right now from this Eagles team, really their true leader from the midfield position?
Yeah, well, Paul plays that center position well. He's a good distributor, and really just on offense and defense, he's always there on the ball, always there helping out, making plays. So you definitely feel like you have a little bit of a hole in the middle of the Eagles' play right now. Looking to try and sort those things out. You have great substitutes coming in and stepping into this beginning of the game and filling in for them right now, but still looking to just kind of get their feet underneath them.
And we talked about that in that game against LaGrange, a little different circumstances here at the beginning of the game. But we talked about the Eagles' depth and how important that is going to be as they look to try to rest some of their starters at points throughout this game in order to allow them to play a full 90 minutes, as we saw on Thursday, even longer.
Yeah, you have some great younger subs that can come in and take that responsibility from those starters and give you some valuable and quality minutes there coming into the game.
Some good strength there shown by McClellan in the midfield, a very scrappy player for his size, able to track back and play some good defense. The Canes racing forward, ball played in. Konosinski looking to make a play. Ball gets around him. It's going to go out of bounds. Going to have a Eagles goal kick. A little bit of a tough decision there by Konosinski. Trying to make a play, maybe not the right play there, though.
Well, he's coming out trying to be aggressive on the ball. That's good. It got tapped one more time, maybe a little unexpected. But you know what? Him and Travis were both there, making sure that ball was either rolling out or not going to the goal. So scary but safe so far.
And just like that, we mentioned the absence of Paul Stewart in the early going today. Paul Stewart checking in for Jacob Krieger at this sub. You're also going to see number 7, Rafael Sancio, checking in for the Eagles in the midfield. It's a hot day here in Pensacola, Florida, getting close to 100 degrees. It's even hotter down on the field. Those subs are definitely going to come into play today. But that may be something that almost plays to the Eagles' advantage slightly. Although the Canes are from Georgia, in the South, but at the same time, we're a little bit more used to playing at this temperature level. We did that Thursday night. Potentially the weather conditions may be playing into the hands of the Eagles slightly at the beginning of this game.
Yeah, we can hope so.
Grover trying to be aggressive there. Hoffman with a nice bump. Ball played back to Baldy. Baldy outside to Harris. Harris going forward to Sayers. Sayers looking for options, trying to beat Thompson down the line. Thompson does a good job at staying in front of him, and Konosinski makes another save for the Eagles. A quick throw to Standridge. Standridge back to Grover. I got a chance the other night to talk with Ben Grover after that game. Very happy with his performance. He said he was absolutely exhausted playing in that left back spot, and one thing you saw a lot from him on Thursday night is actually making those runs, something that he mentioned that Coach Lewas is really pushing his 2 backs to do. They're both in pretty good shape, and he's trying to even create more offensive opportunities in the early going of these games, and Ben Grover played a really big role in that game on Thursday night.
Yeah, he did great over there, and with the preseason, he had played a little bit more of the center defender spot, kind of in there with Travis Rose, and then trying it out last on Thursday with doing that outside. I think he did great there as well with Jeff Thompson on the outsides.
Thompson to Bahalski. Bahalski to McClellan. Little miscommunication there between the two of them. The ball rolls out. We're going to have a Canes throw-in. Zay Harris to take the throw-in.
Looking like that's going for the Eagles now.
Good call there. Hayden Hoffman going to take the throw. Gets it to Stewart. Stewart giving it back to Thompson. Thompson to Hoffman looking to work the triangle. Ball deflected forward. Canes on the ball. Upchurch tracking back. Upchurch trying to get there. Great play there by Upchurch. A risky slide tackle, but the risk pays off there for the Eagles. Going to be a corner kick now for the Canes. The Canes have been putting a lot of pressure on this Eagles defense early on in this ball game. Number 10, Tiago Elias to take the corner kick for the Canes. Zay Harris and Dylan Marshall, the 2 forwards for the Canes, trying to get close to the goal, trying to muddy the waters there in the center, potentially create an opportunity. Another short kick now for the Canes, a little bit of a trip in the corner. Sancio on the ball. Bahalski getting there. A lot of room to run. Bahalski's going to be a pretty fast player. Looking for McClellan. Bahalski across to Hoffman. Standridge gets a foot on it. Standridge cuts it outside. Trying to get to Stewart down the line. Stewart making a long run. Can he get there? Stewart trying to get there. Just gets there. Stewart to McClellan. McClellan looking to get the ball in the middle. Diving save by the Canes keeper. Francesco Bazzano in his 3rd game of the season, splitting time with the backup goalie. This will be his 3rd consecutive start in a row. Someone to watch. The Canes can definitely rely on a 6'2" freshman, newly recruited, highly recruited player there for the Canes, looking to make a huge difference in this game for them.
Mm-hmm. A great ball by Nick Standridge out of the center of the field right there, getting up to Paul Stewart, sending it into the corner there for the Eagles to make that opportunity for a play.
And we talked about Stewart really looking to distribute. You saw there trying to play a little bit more offense, maybe something this team is asking him to do a little bit more than we needed him to do last year, trying to fill that role of scoring some extra goals. He's scored 2 in the early going, 1 off of penalties, but we did see that incredible free kick on Thursday night on the left side, able to put the ball in the net untouched.
Mm-hmm.
Baldy looking for options, gets it to number 14, Julian Rugel. Rugel up forward to Dylan Marshall. Grover trying to clear the ball across the field. Thompson gets a head on it, unable to control it. Jonathan Sayers gets the ball back to the middle. Rose cuts it off, looking for options now. Rose to McClellan. McClellan with a cute little pass there to Stewart, goes wanting. Baldy plays the ball forward to Tiago Elias, but we're going to have an offsides there called on the Canes. Good offsides trap there by Jason Upchurch and others.
Yeah, you saw Jason pull up at the last minute with Travis Rose, keep equal on that, and catch that Canes offense on the offsides right there to get that call.
Jason Upchurch going to be a big player for the Eagles this season, getting back-to-back starts here in the early going. Hasn't played a lot over his first 2 career years for the Eagles, but maybe a big difference maker in the middle for a team searching for defense. Stewart on the ball in the far corner, trying to get the ball into McClellan. Ball gets tipped out, and the Eagles are going to throw the ball in from the left side. Bahalski gets there. Ball to McClellan. McClellan into the box to Standridge. Standridge gets bumped off the ball. Upchurch racing towards it. Upchurch is going to get there. A little bit of a misplay there by Upchurch. Ball sails out. We're going to have another throw in for the Canes. Zay Harris to take it. Harris to Elias. Elias puts it between Hoffman's legs. A little miscommunication there. Upchurch plays it upfield. Baldy tracking back. McClellan chasing. Great settle there by Stewart. Stewart to McClellan. Going to have a handball in the middle. Eagles going to have a free kick from about the 22-yard line here. Great opportunity here in the early going for the Eagles, Braden.
Yep. Let's see if we can do off a set piece right here. Possibly looking at Paul taking it. Or Nick Standridge.
It's definitely been a trade-off in the early going between those two, really trying to feel out who's going to be that primary free kick taker. You saw last year Adrian Torres kind of filled that role, a very gifted free kick taker, scored a ton last year, I believe maybe 4 or 5 free kicks. Definitely was able to put the ball in the back of the net. Looks like right here we're going to have Standridge taking it. The freshman Bonzano trying to set up the wall for the Canes. Look for Standridge to try to hit that upper left 90. Ball tapped by Stewart. Standridge just high over the right crossbar. And we're going to have a goal kick here for the Canes. Bonzano to take it. We mentioned the changes in the Eagles starting lineup. Paul Stewart checked in a couple minutes ago. Kendall Molinex checking back in. Kendall playing a big role early on in the season in the midfield. Looking to increase that conditioning slightly, but playing very well in the early going in the midfield for the Eagles.
Yeah, and he works well with Paul Stewart and Tim Yefimov in the middle as they have those three midfielders that kind of rotate and play throughout the ball.
Opportunity here for Upchurch. Upchurch trying to get there.
Great takeaway by Travis Rose there, sliding over and picking up Jonathan Sayers as he comes up with the ball. That's exactly what you're looking on your center defender to do.
Absolutely. It looked there for a second like the Canes were going to have their first goal of the match. Travis Rose able to get in there and deflect that ball. Great play there by Rose. Another thing you definitely get out of McClellan, you're seeing a lot right there, is just the pressure he's able to put on the goalie, the speed of Jake McClellan, the speed of Riley Bahalski, really playing well for the Eagles in the early going of this season.
Yeah, and we saw it Thursday night as they kind of pressured that LaGrange defense. We're able to make them make some mistakes, some passes, and control the ball up front and much more as they continue to keep that pressure on.
Standridge to McClellan. McClellan looking in space, trying to get the ball to the middle. He's going to be taken out on the right side. We're going to potentially see a yellow card here. Mohamed Baldy going to be the recipient of that yellow card. McClellan getting fouled right here. Braden, this is an eerily similar spot to the other night when Paul Stewart scored this shot. What would you like to see him do here?
Well, maybe take another shot if he wants to. Put it across that middle. You know, you have Travis Rose staying in the back, so not coming up right now. But a lot of bodies. Got Kendall Molinex in there, Jake, and Riley in the back. We'll see what he does.
Definitely a little tighter angle than the other night. Maybe a little too close to the sidelines for him to potentially try to score this. Look for Standridge to potentially try to get on the end of this. A very good head on his shoulders. He tends to always get his head on the ball in the middle of these scrums in the box. Standridge on the back post. Molinex in the middle. Stewart plays it inside. Stewart trying to get the ball to Bahalski. Unable to do so, and the ball rolls out. We're going to have another goal kick for the Canes.
Mark Brown.
The Canes bringing in multiple substitutions. Mark Brown checking in for the Eagles, another one of those players off the bench that provides a lot of depth for the Eagles, able to give players like Riley Bahalski and Nick Standridge a little bit of a breather during these games.
Yeah, and we had said for this afternoon, Heat and the Florida Heat today, that you'll probably be seeing more substitutions that we did Thursday night and trying to get these guys some breaks, some water, fresh legs coming in.
Another great play there by Rose, playing extremely well against the talented offense for the Canes in the early going. Nick Standridge, opportunity. Mark Brown gets there. Goal, Eagles.
Goal for your Eagles by number 12, Nick Standridge.
What a great play. Nick Standridge there finishing. Mark Brown there in case needed be, but I believe that was all Nick Standridge putting that goal in, assisted by Jake McClown from the center.
If indeed it was Standridge, that would be his third goal on the season, and 3 in the last 2 games, playing extremely well Thursday night. Nick Standridge last year, I believe, with 10 goals, but a lot of them came very early on in the season. In talking with head coach Joe Lewas after the game, he mentioned the necessity to get Nick Standridge into scoring opportunities. He tends to always be around the ball, but he tends to sacrifice maybe getting out of position slightly, so something they're trying to work with him on is staying in position but still getting those goal-scoring opportunities.
Yes.
Looks like we may have a slight delay here due to the net coming unthreaded. The referees are on it looking to fix the problem.
Looking like Coach Lewas for the Eagles heading out with the chair, maybe possibly fix the top of the net as it droops down underneath that crossbar. Valuable break here for actually both teams coming over to the bench as they stay on the field but are able to get the water bottles out, get hydrated there, take a little break from the sun.
Definitely something you see in college athletics. Sometimes you'll see those water breaks. The refs, though, instructing the teams to stay on the field, but it does give them the opportunity to slow down, get some water. People can pass water onto the field all they want. So it gives both teams a breather after 24 minutes of very hot play out on the field. The Eagles, though, leading 1-0 in the early going today. If you're Coach Lewas, you have to like that early result now for the Eagles.
Yeah, and I believe this is only the second goal that the Eagles have scored in the first half of their first 3 games. Most of those other goals coming in the second half of those games. So this is exciting, what you want to see from the first 25 minutes of the game. Eagles coming out strong, getting their legs underneath them and putting one in right away.
Yeah, definitely. We've talked at length, Braden, on Thursday night and even in the early going today before all of you tuned in and heard us today. But the Eagles' offense notoriously slow starting. You're starting to see that turn around. You saw that on Thursday evening, really peppering that goalie, creating a lot of opportunities. And again tonight, or this afternoon, excuse me, not necessarily creating a ton of opportunities, but capitalizing on the opportunity they just got there.
Exactly, and that's what we were missing a little bit for that first half of Thursday night, as Coach talked about, capitalizing so many opportunities that they did have here this afternoon, taking that one, and Nick Standridge being able to put that away right away.
And although Mark Brown did not get credited with that goal, a great play there by him to be there. In talking, even at Nationals last year, it's always been kind of a running joke with this Eagles team, how Mark Brown always seems to be on that back post. Definitely something you like to see as a coach from a player. taking chances there and trying to create opportunities there on those balls that maybe just get through that normal people aren't going to get to.
Exactly, and playing to the whistle and playing all the way through. If the defenders might lay off there and not be there, that's a perfect opportunity for Mark to finish that up. So congrats to him for being there, but good job, Nick Standrich, in putting that ball away today. Little contact by the Canes offense here on Brent Konzinski, the Eagles goalie. Quick call there and some talking by the referee.
Did want to give a shout out to the Lady Eagles volleyball team watching today's game on the road back to Pensacola, playing this weekend at the NCCA North-South tournament. The Lady Eagles going 3-1 with key victories over Toccoa Falls College, Johnson University, and Trinity College of Florida. Losing this morning to Bob Jones, but a very close game. The Eagles 9-3 on the season. 7-3 in the early going of the season. Looking very good. Led by seniors Hannah Harmon, Bailey Jensen. The Lady Eagles volleyball team looking to be a team to watch. They're going to return home this coming week with a couple other games. Definitely excited about that team and going to be someone that you're definitely going to want to tune in on live stream. And if you're in the Pensacola area, make sure to make it out to a game. A very exciting Lady Eagles offense. The Canes there knocking on the door again. Travis Rose in the midfield, or in the center of that defense, making the smart play, clearing the ball out of bounds. We're going to see another Canes corner kick, I believe the 5th of the game. So far, the Eagles' defense has remained stout, but we saw on Thursday night some miscommunications in the box. Head coach Lee Waz mentioned after the game he really felt that cost him. Konzinski with the punch out. McClellan racing to try to get there, unable to do so. Ball forward to Elias. Elias back to Zolman. Zolman back to Baldy, who's sitting on a yellow card at this point. Stewart trying to put some pressure on the back line of that Canes defense. Ball played forward. Rose tracking. Rose gets there, able to get a head on it and play it up the line to Standridge. Standridge to Molinex. Molinex trying to get the ball to Stewart. Stewart tripped up slightly. Back to Baldy. Baldy forward to Mawkey. Mawkey looking for an opening here. Upchurch with the slide tackle, able to get a foot on it. He plays the ball through Grover's legs. Ball played into the center. Diving save there by Konzinski, and we're going to see another Canes corner kick. Braden, we talked about the miscommunication on these plays in the last game. The Eagles have seemed to play better in the early going, but you see a little miscommunication there. Talk to me about that specifically and how that group is continuing to grow together and that communication and really marking in the box on these type of plays.
Yeah, well, the more you play together, obviously, the more comfortable you're going to get. And so this defense, as they work out the kinks, kind of as they work together, they were there. They're in the box. Just a good send-out by the Canes, and then a good head by, I believe that was Zolman in the box, number 12 for the Canes offense. Eagles able to slip by and not have a goal scored there, though.
Another great save there by Konzinski. He plays the ball all the way back. The defense, the Canes looking to reset. Goalie Bonzano gets the ball to Baldy. Baldy looking for options, gets the ball to Elias. Elias back to Harris. Elias looking, a good slide tackle there by Sancio, able to get a foot on it. Ball's going to roll out of bounds. We're going to see a throw in by Harris. Thompson in no man's land. Upchurch tracking back. Rose in the middle. Ball played into the box. Grover gets a head on it. Ball played forward to Standridge. Standridge with a quick pass forward, looking to get to McClellan. Stewart with Brown racing down the sideline. Kendall Molinex in the middle. Stewart plays the ball outside, looking for Grover. Grover back to Molinex. Molinex back to Stewart. Stewart with the shot. It's going to sail just wide to the left. Eagles leading 1-0 with 16-16 remaining in this first half. Going to be a Canes goal kick.
Coming in, number 3, Ben Hatcher.
Ben Hatcher coming in for Nick Standridge here on that left side. both being left-footed, so that's great on that left side for the striker position for the Eagles offense. You've seen some good crisp passes, just not even on this last run from the Eagles offense. What you want to see this afternoon, that's what Coach Lee was really stressing last game for them, and I believe for pregame today too. So good to see them doing that and making opportunities as many times as they can here.
Jake McClellan there showing a little bit of that creativity we've been talking about. Gets the ball to Hatcher. Hatcher back to Stewart. Stewart trying to shake his defender. Stewart goes long across the field. Ball cut off. Sancio looking to get ahead on it. Able to do so, but the ball deflects off his back directly to the Canes. Upchurch trying to come forward. Able to get there. Ball to Stewart. Stewart looking for McClellan. McClellan looking to beat the defender. Defender gets there and able to clear the ball out of bounds. Eagles throw in from the far side.
Right idea there for Stewart trying to clear that ball across the field. Work that other side. I think we saw that Thursday night as the Eagles started scoring their goals in the second half. As they worked it back, worked it across, looking for different ways that they can get to that goal. And that's what he's trying to do there. Just a little bit inaccurate on that pass, but the right idea.
Yeah, we saw him do that a lot on Thursday night. What tends to happen, though, is it almost seems like maybe he tries to put a little bit too much finesse on it. It always seems to come up, 5 or 10 feet short. If he can start to get that pass across field, I really think that gives the Eagles the ability to switch fields very strongly and give them the chance at scoring a lot more goals this season.
Yeah, and that's a long kick, so that's difficult to do, but he has the wind blowing in his face today. So it might be a little bit of a factor playing into that pass right there.
Hatcher with an opportunity here. Looking for McClellan. McClellan rips one. Bazzano able to get a hand on it. Bazzano looking for options now. Rolls the ball out. Going to take the kick here. Big booming kick downfield. Upchurch trying to get ahead on it. Ball played over the top. Rose with a little bit of a bump there. Able to. Rose again playing inspired defense early on in today's game. Gets in front of it, and we're going to see another corner kick by the Canes.
Another great step by Travis Rose in the center defender spot. Really doing what he needs to tonight. Step up right now in this first half. And stop as many opportunities as this Cane offense keeps coming at the defense with tonight.
Yeah, definitely look for Travis Rose to be more vocal inside the box tonight. We talked about how marking their men in the box caused some trouble the other evening. Look for him to be vocal as that leader from the center back position, really looking to call out guys that are open in hopes of locking down that Eagles defense in the back. Konosinski now to take the goal kick with 12:43 remaining. We see a quick sub here, Joel Hatcher for Jake McClellan. Braden, I know Joel Hatcher is a player that you like an awful lot. Talk to me a little bit about what he's been able to do in his first couple games in his freshman year.
Well, coming into, like you said, with his freshman year, I think he played an impressive night the other night for Thursday against LaGrange. Played both overtime and even towards the end of the game, some quality minutes and gave some great shots. I believe he had 2 or 3 shots on the night on goal. So really looking for some productivity up for him up top. Like we said, those young offensive starters coming in and really just developing themselves.
Ball played through. Konosinski able to get a hand on it. He's going to have some opportunities here. Gets the ball out to the wing to Grover. Grover looking for options up that left side. Ball played to Molinex, gets stolen. Upchurch in the middle, 19 with the shot over the crossbar. And we're going to see a corner kick here for the Canes. Seems like something I've been saying a lot in the early going. The Eagles staving off some of the opportunities for the Canes, but continuing to give them opportunities to score late in this first half. Number 19, Devin Monke to take the corner kick. Ball played long into the box. Molinex looking to get a head on it. Does. Brown chasing. Brown going to be able to get there. Ball played off his chest, trying to get the ball to Hatcher, but unable to do so. Zay Harris with the taking the ball, plays it into the box. Konosinski racing, gets there. Great decision by Konosinski in the early going today.
Yep, a quick play in the slide they need to make to get that ball and move it out on the outside here on the opposite side of the field.
Ball to Grover. We mentioned him early on, really looking to make those runs and help create some offense, doing that in the early going. Stewart trying to get the ball to Hatcher, unable to do so. Ball deflected. Hatcher chasing in the middle, trying to put some pressure on Baldy, who is sitting on a yellow card. Rose able to cut in front. Ball to Molinex. Gets it out to Hatcher. Hatcher looking to put a body on it. Gets bumped. Eagle throw in on the far sideline. Stewart to take the throw. Stewart to Molinex. Little miscommunication there between Hatcher and Molinex. Ball given back. A long kick in there by Baldy, deflected by Sancio right to Thompson. Thompson trying to get the ball to Brown. Harris cuts it off. Sancio with a very smart play there out of the midfield, getting that quick foul, allowing the Eagles defense to reset.
Yeah, a little shove in the back, nothing too bad. Just kind of like you said, getting that reset and having the Canes trying to reset that ball quickly. Takes a foul himself here on the midfield. Looks like we're going to have Jason Upchurch taking the kicks out of the back. One thing that you saw Thursday night was Jason Upchurch taking these kicks, taking these the goal kicks from the back. Really a good leg and a far boot from Jason Upchurch.
Yeah, definitely brings a lot to this team. We see the defense, but you also mentioned taking some of those free kicks, really playing the role that Micah Hatcher took last year, the guy who was able to take some of those really long free kicks and give the Eagles an opportunity on offense. Upchurch playing extremely well in the early going in these first two games of his season. Ball played out to Harris. Harris looking up the line. Mauke on the ball. Konosinski able to get the ball forward to Brown. Brown shoved in the back by Harris. Harris able to get the ball. Back to Maki. Ball played to the middle to Alves. Mateus Alves looking to create some space. Able to do so. Gets the ball to Maki. Maki buries it into the back of the net. Konosinski throws his hands up in disbelief at his defense. And just like that, the Canes not the score at 1 with 8:42 remaining in this first period. Braden, a little bit of a breakdown from that Eagles defense right there.
Yeah, well, you saw a great pass to Maki from the midfield, kind of just squeezing right behind Jason Upchurch, who was trying to be goal side but was caught up a little too high. And then I believe that was Sancio right on the back of Maki, but when you're going that close to the goal, being right behind, right on the back of a player is not going to help you. You need to be goal side in that play.
Hatcher taking the ball back in. Stewart gets the ball outside to Thompson. Thompson looking up the line. Stewart to Brown. Brown to Hatcher. Ball comes off his foot a little strong, going to roll out of bounds for a Canes throw-in. 18 for Raya. Throws the ball into the middle. Number 14, Julian Rugel, back to Bonzano. Bonzano back outside to Baldy. Good hustle there by Hatcher in the corner to get that ball deflected, and we're going to see another Canes throw-in. Braden, it has to be demoralizing after playing 37 minutes in this first half, holding the lead to then give up a goal like that. How do you recover if you're this Eagles team? 8 minutes to go until halftime, trying to get to half with the score tied or potentially the lead.
Well, like you said, 8 minutes left, just under 8 minutes left right now. You know what? We have the weather conditions that are difficult for all players on the field, but really trying to finish strong, keep the energy up, keep that physicality that we need to have against this offense of the Canes up for these last 7.5 minutes.
Great body there by Mark Brown, able to get the ball dribbled off of Maki. The ball rolls out of bounds. Good throw in there by Brown. Nice back heel by Stewart. Stewart to Sancio. Sancio across the field to Hatcher, but the ball is unable to find Hatcher. Ball played up the left wing. Number 13, Pedro Chung, just checking into the game, playing. Rose tracking back, trying to beat Mauke. Able to do so. Travis Rose playing extremely well in the early going of today's ball game.
Some great speed that you want to see there by the back line as they continue to come back for that ball.
Another miscommunication by the Eagles defense. Upchurch trips. Bailed out, though, as the ball sails 20 feet over the top of the goal. That's really tough to do from that angle, to put one that high over the goal.
He definitely skied that.
You're definitely starting to see a little bit of a breakdown in that Eagles defense right now. You see the goal and maybe a bad decision right there. At halftime, if you're Coach Lewas, what are you going to tell that defense after they played extremely well in the beginning but maybe struggling towards the end of this half?
We're going to look at the positives that you took away from the first half of this first half, and how they brought that energy, how they marked up, used that communication well. And that last play, maybe just looking for a better clear, get a foot on the ball, and just finish through as far as the defense there.
Harris to Hatcher. Molinex playing the ball in. Hatcher with an opportunity. Rips one towards it. Mark Brown on the back post. Unable to get there for the Eagles. Ball rolls just wide. Bonzano going to take another goal kick for the Canes. Another opportunity created there by the midfielders for the Eagles. Great play there by Molinex to get the ball out of Hatcher. And again, Mark Brown on that back post.
Yep, look at the outsides and using those strikers there, trying to get that ball across the middle and maybe just get that tap in next time.
Bonzano, a big booming kick. Ball goes off the back of the Canes player. Thompson playing some good defense, but maybe a little bit far up. Thompson got to get back. Upchurch in the middle. Thompson able to get back just in time. Header to 22. Paul Stewart trying to mess him up slightly. Grover able to get there. Right idea there by Grover, but the ball went the opposite way. Going to be another corner kick for the Canes with 5:08 remaining. The score tied at 1 in this first half. Pedro Chung to take the corner kick for the Canes. Yet another short corner for the Canes. Harris plays the ball into the box. Two Canes offensive players trying to get there, get in each other's way. The ball sails over the top of the goal, and the Eagles are bailed out yet again.
Looking like that's going to be an offsides call, as many of those Canes strikers were too high up. A scary chance for the Eagles there. You know what? You don't want to depend on that offsides call. Sometimes they will not come, but they're able to get bailed out on this one.
Upchurch to take the ensuing goal kick. Upchurch, a big boot. Looking for options downfield. Got Thompson out here on the wing. Upchurch goes long. Looking to get to Molinex. Ball intercepted. Sancio able to get a foot on it. Ramirez cuts in behind Thompson. Ball off of Thompson's foot, and yet another corner kick for the Canes. If you're head coach Joe Lewas, you definitely have to be impressed with the Eagles' offense on these corner kicks, really doing a good job at marking players. Definitely a struggle the other night against LaGrange College, but playing extremely well here, and a lot of that, I believe, comes from the leadership of Travis Rose in the middle.
Yeah, that's communication in the back that you're looking for to mark up on these guys and to try and make sure that nobody's going to be on that goal side when that ball comes in.
Ball played into Ramirez. Header goes off an Eagles defender, and we're going to have another corner. Pedro Chung racing across the field to take the corner for the Canes. 3:04 on the clock. Score tied at 1 in this first period. Chung back inside. Grover able to get there. Stewart on the ball. Stewart up to Hatcher. Hatcher, ball back to Stewart. Hatcher looking to get up line. Ball back to Sancio. Sancio to Grover. Grover to Stewart. Fakes a long pass. Gets tripped up on the playing surface. Hatcher chasing back. Baldy looking to make a play. Back to the goalie, Bonzano. Bonzano clears it safely out to number 14, Julian Rugel. Merlette with the ball forward. Ball's going to sail out of bounds. Grover here to take the throw-in for the Eagles. If you're just joining us, we want to thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast. The Eagles tied at 1 with 1:58 remaining in this first half. Nick Standridge with the goal to give the Eagles a 1-0 lead. A defensive miscommunication a little later on tied it up. Mawkey with the goal for the Canes. Score tied at 1. Eagles looking to get into the half with the game tied. Upchurch with the long pass ahead, looking for Brown, doesn't get there. Header by Brown, lands at the feet of a Canes defender. Sancio. Thompson trying to settle it down. Mawkey on the ball. Thompson gets caught up. Upchurch, big tall guy in the center.
Great play by Jeff Thompson, coming back and making sure that he's coming behind Travis Rose there, trying to give all the support in that center of the field that they can in the back in this last minute of play.
Thompson looking to get there. Thompson does, able to clear it. Sancio trying to get the ball to Stewart. Stewart's down on the play. Brown looking to make something happen. Stewart still down on the play. Rose able to get ahead on it. Sancio tracking back. Sancio gets there, shoved off the ball. Paul Stewart there complaining about the lack of the stoppage on the injury. 26 seconds remaining. Upchurch taking his time here. The score tied at 1. Upchurch looking to boom one in. Upchurch going deep. Trying to get out to Hatcher. Hatcher able to get there. Hatcher to Molnex. Stewart on the ball.
9, 8, 7, 6.
Stewart maybe trying to dribble the ball out at this point. Ball's going to go out of bounds, and we're going to head into halftime tied at 1 in this first period here in Pensacola, Florida. Braden, what'd you like in that first half?
Well, I like the energy that was brought out right in the kind of, if we could say, the center of the first half. The first 10 minutes, maybe the Eagles looking to kind of get, like we said, get their feet underneath them and figure out their play here against a new opponent they had never faced before. Really figuring out, making the most of the opportunity with Nick Standards putting in that goal. So some positives taken away from there. You know what? We did break down maybe a little bit in the end of the first half. But here they got a little bit of a break, can take some time. Coach can reevaluate that, and they need to come out strong the second half.
Definitely. We're going to take a break now as we go into the half. It appears Paul Stewart just got carded as we go into the half, but the Eagles, we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with some reactions at the end after the first half.
You only have one life. What are you going to do with it? How are you going to influence your world for Christ? This is a place where you can be empowered to fulfill God's calling and pursue your passion.
Working as a physical therapist, it is a ministry all its own to just build a relationship with the people. I mean, that's my ultimate goal, is I want to help people get better.
I want to go to law school, get into a cybersecurity program. That way I can incorporate both programming and law, protecting companies from cybercrime.
I love being around people, and I love learning about people. I knew that with nursing, it wasn't just about helping people physically, like it was helping them spiritually too. That's what's important in life.
As I began to pray more, God, I have a huge decision to make. Where am I going to go to school? I only have one life. What do you want me to do with it? And he began to show me that what I enjoy doing can be used for his honor and for his glory. God led me to Pensacola Christian College to pursue my passion for finance through a biblical perspective.
I had told my pastor before coming here, I was like, I don't really like school, but I know I need to go for nursing. So I'm gonna go and I'll have to study really hard, and I just didn't really look forward to it. But now, like on my third year, learning is so much fun, and I didn't feel like that freshman year.
I'll look back and I'll be like, man, I remember I used to struggle with that. And then maybe a freshman looks at what I'm doing and they're like, what are you even looking at? I'm like, this is easy stuff.
Incrementally, we're ready to do more, we're ready to face more, and to say, this may not be the easiest thing I've ever done, but it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Last summer, I did an internship in Germany in a genetics lab, and I was able to use the techniques and tools I had learned in the labs here over there, and it made so much more sense because I already knew what I was doing and why I was doing it.
I think teaching is communicating facts, but I think the bottom line for me with teaching is connecting the material so the students not only know it, but appreciate it and also know how to use it.
My teaching isn't about me, it's about where God is taking each individual student down the road.
We have great faculty and they honestly inspire me. Seeing all of these faculty members who have doctorates, you can definitely see what they've learned reflected through what they teach.
They'll constantly tell you, if you need something, come talk to me. I've had teachers other places and they'll say that, but if you go up to them, they don't really want to give you the time or try to respond. And here it's just totally different. You can just have a really good teacher-student relationship.
The faculty are saying it's going to take hard work and dedication to be the best at whatever you're doing for God's glory. That philosophy will always work.
Sometimes they'll ask us, what verse do you think would apply to this? How a verse would relate to a situation.
Biblical worldview is seeing all of my life through what God has shown us in Scripture.
And that's one of the reasons why I chose PCC in the first place, is to have faculty that love God to help me further my spiritual walk with Christ.
If my goal is to be in the will of God, it helps so much to know that my teacher has that same goal.
Everything that I see here is Christ-centered. Their main purpose is, we want you to see more of Jesus Christ. That is what I see in PCC.
Why is PCC here? It's to change lives and make them more like Christ. I hope that I can just have a little part of molding and shaping them like the Lord Jesus Christ.
They want students to come out of PCC and to make an influence and an impact on the world. I think their goal really is to change the world, and they do it one student at a time.
As president of PCC, I want you to know that we're committed to providing a Christian liberal arts education that's built upon the foundation and truths of God's Word. We won't compromise on biblical principles, and our purpose is to prepare you for whatever it is God's called you to do. So as you're looking to your future and choosing a college, don't just choose a Christian college because it's located in Pensacola, Florida, with our beautiful sugar white sandy beaches. Don't just choose a Christian college because it's affordable, like PCC is. Don't just choose a Christian college because your friends attend here or it looks like a fun place to go. Choose a Christian college because God's called you here, because that place will empower you to influence the world for Christ in whatever God's called you to do.
Eagle fans, in case you haven't noticed, it's high. Head on over to the concession stand, grab a snow cone, and get ready for the second half.
And welcome back at halftime, 3 minutes and 51 seconds to go before the opening kickoff of the second half. The Eagles playing extremely well in this game against the Canes. Early on in today's game, Nick Standridge with the goal to give the Eagles a 1-0 lead, but a defensive breakdown at the end. Braden, the Eagles go into a halftime tied 1-1. They've got to be pleased with that result.
Yeah, I think so. I think they played a solid first half. Coming off, like we said, a new opponent. I'm not sure what they're coming in. They're a physical team, maybe a larger team, a Division II school that they're playing this afternoon. So a great first half, and what you wanted to see coming out this afternoon.
The Canes in the first half taking 9 shots, putting 4 on goal. Brent Konazinski making 3 saves, allowing 1 goal below his season average. Corner kicks, something we noticed a lot early on in the early going. Georgia Southwestern taking 6. The Eagles yet to take 1. Going to be a interesting second half as we go into it. Got a chance to talk with head coach Joe Liwaz just momentarily during halftime. He mentioned one of the things that he implored his team during his halftime speech is come into this second half with intensity. Come out here looking to win this game.
Yeah, and that's what they're going to need to do. They're going to need to keep that speed up. They're going to need to keep that physicality of play up against this strong team that they're facing this afternoon.
Absolutely, Braden. Now we've got a little over 2 minutes to go before opening kickoff of that second half. Go ahead and walk us through maybe some of our upcoming schedule, some games that we should be looking out for as Eagles fans.
Yeah, we got a game this coming Tuesday. The Eagles do at 4 p.m. That'll be against Talladega. There'll be a live stream for that game as well. And then looking into next weekend, about a week from now, the 14th, the Eagles will be heading up to play at Toccoa Falls. That is a regional game, so that's going to be one of the opponents that they're going to be looking at as far as when the regionals come from the end of the season. And then Faulkner University, opponent that we've played several times throughout the last couple seasons. Some good competition, some great play. So these are our next 3 games that we're looking at in the next week for our Eagles team.
Absolutely. Faulkner University, a tough competitor. The Eagles have yet to beat them in their 3 matchups. In the first couple seasons, the Eagles looking to go up to Faulkner next week and potentially come home with a victory. But back here to Pensacola, Florida, got a chance at halftime to talk with Jake McClellan, talk with Nick Standridge, asking him what's going on down on that field. They feel like the offense has been clicking, getting some good opportunities. He mentioned that the back line of the Canes has seemed a little disorganized here in the early going. Mentioned that it's really going to be important for guys like Paul Stewart to distribute and create those opportunities up top, but he really does believe those opportunities are sitting there for the Eagles if they want to take them.
Yeah, and that's the intensity that they need to come out the second half. As Coach Liwaz was telling the guys at that halftime, they need to come out strong, come out fast right away, looking to get those opportunities moving right away in this ballgame.
The Eagles in a good position here, about to kick off the second half, score tied at 1. Definitely something, if you're head coach Joseph Liwaz, you have to be happy with. Coming into today's game, an NCAA Division II opponent in the Georgia Southwestern Canes. A very good opponent. The Eagles looking to kind of determine early on in this season who they are as a team. We started to see them come of age a little bit on Thursday night against LaGrange, and I think you're seeing a lot of those things carry over into tonight.
Yeah, and I think especially you're seeing the defense really getting comfortable with each other a little bit more tonight. As we said, keep working together, working out those wrinkles. Travis Rose, honestly, a key player right now in the back with his communication, his aggression coming up. And so you want to see that continued throughout the second half.
Yeah, huge takeaway in that first half. We mentioned some of the communication problems on Thursday night, ended up costing us the game in double overtime, the ball at the end. No one marked that. The forward for the Panthers, the Eagles done a lot better job tonight. Canes having taken 6 corner kicks at this point, still having not put one into goal, playing extremely well. Travis Rose, a big part of that, and his leadership in the back of that defense. The two teams switch fields and we're off for second half action. Number 22, Martinez across to Ramirez. Faria up ahead. Rose tracking back. Konosinski able to get a hand on it. Gets the ball out wide to Thompson. Another thing that Jake McClellan and Nick Standridge mentioned at half is going to be the importance of these wingbacks, Thompson and Grover, into this second half, really being able to get up and help create some of those opportunities. But one thing they definitely stressed was the ability of those two guys to, if they do get up, to then get back on defense.
And that's a difficult position to play, almost playing kind of an outside mid position when they pull up and creating those offensive opportunities for the Eagles.
Ball played outside to Avery. Avery looking to get it inside, plays the ball across. Harris unable to get there. Hoffman gets ahead on it. Stewart looking for options, doesn't find any. Gets the ball to Grover. Grover under pressure, gets it to McClellan. McClellan shoved in the back. Grover able to get another foot on it. Ball played straight to the Canes. Mawkey looking to get open in the middle, unable to do so. Yefimov tracking forward. Stewart back in the game. Ball to Grover. Grover with a nifty spin move there, trying to get the ball to Yefimov. Slide tackle there by Yefimov, just gets there. You saw Yefimov come out a little bit earlier than you would expect, dealing with a little bit of an injury in the early going. We're going to see a foul called on the Canes. The Eagles to take the free kick. Travis Rose on the ball, looking to put the ball back in play. Ben Grover getting wide, trying to give Rose some options. Rose plays the ball in. Hoffman looking to get on the end of it. Forearm in the back. Great call there by the official. The Eagles are going to have a free kick from right at midfield. Look for Paul Stewart to take this one. Paul looking for options. Jake McClellan trying to create some space for himself in the center. Stewart moving forward. Rose coming into the picture. Rose plays it in quickly to Stewart. Stewart back to Upchurch. Upchurch trying to get the ball forward. Upchurch to Bahalski. Bahalski gets a foot on it. McClellan steals it. McClellan racing towards the box. McClellan in space. Ball cut off there by the Canes. Played forward to Baldy. Baldy pushing forward to Mawkey. Off his foot. Ball rolls out of bounds, and we're going to have a throw in now for the Eagles. Thompson to take it. Thompson throws the ball into Hoffman. Hoffman to Thompson. Errant pass there by Thompson. Ball forward to Mawkey. Thompson able to get a body in front of it. Great play there by Thompson. Captain Jeff Thompson, his senior year this year, being asked to play a lot larger role on this year's team and handling it extremely well in the early going of this season.
Yeah, I believe so. And you just saw a great play by Jeff there, shielding off the ball, shielding off the offensive player, making that go out and keeping that ball alive in the back and moving forward for the Eagles.
Thompson with a great pass. Bahalski able to use his body but gets tripped up. Looks like Bahalski is going to be called for the foul. The Canes are going to have a free kick from inside their own territory. Tough call there on Bahalski. Bahalski laying on the ground, trips up the Canes defender. The Canes are going to take the ball the other way.
Quite a few calls early that you've seen just in the first 4 minutes of play here. Just some aggressive play. What you want to see coming out from both teams. And congrats to the official keeping on top of that already, too, not letting that get out of hand.
Official doing an extremely good job today at keeping both teams in check. Look for, as this game continues to go, a tight score. Look for it to get a little bit more chippy. A lot of pressure is going to be put on the official, and it's going to be interesting to see how this second half is called. Upchurch to take the free kick. Looking cross field. Upchurch with a big booming kick forward. Wind holding it up slightly. 22 Martinez gets on it. Upchurch with a great header. Yefimov with the turn. Yefimov to Hoffman. Hoffman to McClellan. McClellan to Stewart. Stewart out to Standridge. Standridge racing down the line. Hoffman in the middle. Bahalski on the far side. Bahalski looking to get there. He does.
Oh!
Riley Bahalski with the goal. Beautiful cross there by the Eagles. Bahalski finds the back of the net, his first of the season. Braden, as his brother, you've got to be a little proud at that play.
Yes, that's exciting right there. That was a great finish by Riley. And congrats to the guys in the middle of the field. You saw Paul, you saw Nick setting that up, some great passing, moving that ball up from the center field, getting it to Nick Standrich on the left side of the field, and a great cross by Nick Standrich, getting that to the back post. And congratulations to Riley finishing that goal, his first of the season.
Great play there by the Eagles. We mentioned it coming into half, the intensity that the Eagles are going to need to show. A break goes the Eagles' way right there. Standridge able to find Bahalski. Nick Standridge playing extremely good soccer at this point of the season. 2 goals on Thursday night, a goal tonight, and also an assist. Nick Standridge definitely the odds-on favorite at this point for a potential player of the game nomination.
Goalie Brent Konozinski picks up the ball here as it just rolls out. Looks like it's going to be a goalie kick for the Eagles backfield. Looking to keep that ball moving up forward. Eagles moving the ball out, getting to Nick Standrich on the outside as he looks to cross fields back up to Riley Bahalski. Ball is short, caught in the middle by Kane's defender. A tip off Travis Rose's head. Brent Konozinski comes out, gets his body in front of the ball. Great play by the goalie. You know, that's a little nerve-wracking coming off as if you saw the Canes offensive player runs right into Brent. Brent, a solid player, solid guy, comes off, and a great stop by Brent.
Brent definitely an imposing force in goal for the Eagles, coming in after not playing last season, coming in playing pretty well at the beginning of this season. Definitely some growing pains in the early going of this season for Konozinski, but playing extremely well today. The Eagles leading 2-1 with 38 minutes remaining in this game. Nifty backheel there by McClellan. Ball picked off. Standridge able to get his body on it. Standridge trying to get the ball forward to Stewart. Stewart trying to get there. Ball played out of bounds by Merlette. Merlette, the assister on the goal by Mawkey, which made it 1-1. Merlette gets in between the pass again. Long throw in by Standridge down to Hoffman. Hoffman trying to get to the edge. Able to do so. Hoffman shoved in the back. Ball goes off his foot. The ref giving the throw in to the Canes on the far sideline. Ramirez to take the kick. Bonzano plays the ball forward to Mawkey. Mawkey up for it. Ball deflected. Yefimov on the ball to Hoffman. Hoffman looking at Standridge again. Stewart back to Grover. Standridge coming back towards the ball. Stewart on the ball. Hoffman looking to get there. Hoffman able to do so. Stewart getting pulled down. Ref going to call a foul there. Ref trying to calm the physicality down slightly there with that foul. You heard the Eagles on the near sideline a minute ago trying to get that call, a good call there by the official, maybe to calm some of the tempers of the two teams at this point.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of middle play. You can already see it kind of developing in the second half. Right now between the midfields of both teams, very strong, very dominant forces going against each other.
Rose plays the ball forward to Standridge, a head-on. Smart play there by Standridge, but no one there. McClellan racing back, trying to get to the ball. Bonzano able to get back into the box, pick the ball up, and he's going to have some space. McClellan standing there.
I think Nick Standridge trying to get that ball more towards the center. Jake McClellan trying to play it into the middle as you saw them. A little miscommunication and just maybe a misflick on there by Nick's part.
A play on there by the official. The official going to bring it back after the foul. Going to have a free kick for the Canes here from just inside midfield. 36 minutes remaining in this second half. Eagles leading 2-1 against the Georgia Southwestern Canes, an NCAA Division II school. Eagles playing extremely well in the early going of today's contest. Elias to take the free kick. Marshall and Maki at the top of the box. Ball played across to Thorette, but the ref's going to call it back. Elias looking for options, plays the ball back to the back line. Morlett on the ball, gets the ball forward to Elias, trips on the play. Yefimov able to get there. Yefimov trying to get the ball to Stewart, unable to do so. Ball played across to Baldy. Great pressure from the Eagles defense in the early going of this second half. Upchurch able to get a foot on it, clears it out of bounds, and we're going to have a Canes throw in. Braden, what do you like that you're seeing right now from this Eagles team coming out of the half?
Well, I think they're displaying that intensity that Coach wanted them to take off from that halftime break that they had. You know what? They're coming out strong. They're coming out physical and fast, making those passes quickly, and keeping pressure on the ball at all points on the field right now.
The Eagles definitely a bit frustrated after the loss on Thursday night. Felt like they outplayed the Panthers. The Panthers able to capitalize on some late opportunities to sink the Eagles, but they're definitely looking to come back. Ball played forward to McClellan. McClellan out to Stewart. Stewart looking for options, gets the ball inside, off of Baldy. Ball rolling to the corner. Stewart looking to get there. Baldy trips. Stewart on the ball. Stewart looking for space. Stewart rips the shot, and it's going to sail high over the crossbar. Going to have a kick now for Francesco Bonzano, the goalie for the Canes.
Some great hustle there by Paul Stewart, coming all the way out to the corner, making sure that he gets getting that ball and bring it back in. Shot went a little high, but still some good hustle you want to see.
Bonzano trying to get the ball to Avery. Avery, Stewart, Standridge able to get a head on it, back to Merlette. Merlette back to Bonzano, and we're going to do it again. Bonzano forward, Rose fighting. Grover gets there. Ramirez on the ball. Lots of options. Grover able to get there. Slide tackle there by Ramirez. Ball sails out of bounds. Head coach Joe Lewa is really trying to get the officials' attention after what he felt like was a blatant call in the back.
Maybe some extended arms there as the ball's coming up. Some 50-50 balls going for. Eagles were able to come out with it, though, still. But Coach Lewa is not pleased.
Hoffman able to get his foot on it. Hoffman to McClellan. McClellan looking to create. McClellan across the field to Bahalski again. Bahalski on sides. Bahalski towards the goal. Ripped down in the box. Bonzano diving stop, able to get there and keep the score knotted at 2. Bonzano looks injured. He's down on the play. The official stopping the ball.
And courageous play there by Bonzano, and a good play by him coming out and getting that ball as that ball was kind of sitting there still as the defender and Riley Bahalski were coming back for it. Looks like he kind of tripped over as he kind of sacrificed his body for that, but a great pickup by that goalie.
Bahalski there trying to find an opening, gets tripped up, potentially looking for the foul. The foul did not come, but a great play there by Bonzano to keep the score at 2-1. 33 minutes remaining in this second half. Eagles leading by 1. And we're going to have a goal kick here from inside the 18. Ball played forward by Bonzano. Stewart shielding his eyes. Ball played off of Stewart's leg. Rose tracking. Rose with the header, trying to get it to Konosinski. Konosinski able to get there.
Good job by Rose staying with the offensive player of the Canes, making sure that he's not getting to that ball that he put back to his goalie, Brent.
Huge throw there by Konosinski up to Standridge. Standridge on the ball, gets tripped up, and again, no foul called. Eagles throw in. Standridge with the errant throw, lands on the foot of a Canes defender. Grover with the desperate slide tackle, unable to get there. Eagles trying to recover. Zay Harris on the ball, Maki racing towards the goal, and great play there by center back Jason Upchurch to deflect that ball out of bounds and allow the Eagles to reset.
Yep, smart play. Give them time, get them reset, get the midfield back, help with that defense.
Ball played into the middle there, cleared by Upchurch. Again, the ball's going to sail out of bounds. Baldy to take the throw in for the Canes. Mass substitutions now for the Canes. Caleb Zolman checking into the game. Number 11, Mateus Alves, and number 13, Pedro Chung, all checking in for the Canes with 31 minutes to go. Score 2-1 in favor of the Eagles. Going to be a Canes throw in on the far sideline. Good play there by Hoffman to get in front of that. Another deflection out of bounds there for the Eagles defense. And another throw to come for the Canes. It appears that number 12, Caleb Zolman, just checking into the game to take the long throw. Ball off of Upchurch's head, lands at the foot. A diving save attempt there by Konosinski, able to push the ball out of bounds. And we're going to have another corner kick for the Canes, the 7th of the match for them.
Great save by Brent there. You know what? You want to be seeing your defense or midfielders, whoever Travis Rose might need to step up on that ball as the ball lands at a foot of a Canes forward. That's not what you want to see anywhere inside the 18 box, but great save by Brent there to keep that alive.
Ball played into the middle. Eagles players trying to get ahead on it. McClellan up with it, unable to get there. Zolman with the big kick towards the goal, but the ball sails way right. And there's going to be a goal kick now for goalie Brent Konosinski. Definitely something Brent brings to this team is a booming goal kick, able to distribute the ball extremely well. We saw the long throw in there a minute ago. Definitely making some good decisions from that goalie position. Not been tested a lot today, but been able to come up with the saves when he is tested. Only the one goal so far for the Canes. Another ball cut off by Rose. Rose playing an extremely good game now for the Eagles. Yefimov looking to get the ball outside to Standridge. Standridge in space. Ramirez tracking back. Standridge back to Grover. Grover unable to get there. Yefimov to Grover. Grover trying to get it forward. Yefimov chasing in. Stewart able to calm the pace down. Gets it over to Upchurch, and the Eagles are looking to reset. The Eagles coaching staff up off the bench complaining for no call there. Appeared to be a very flagrant elbow in the back there of Travis Rose. The Canes able to score the goal there and tie the game up at 2 with 28 minutes remaining. Braden, what did you see there?
A surprising no call as Travis Rose used his body to shield the offensive player come in, and that's just a basic defensive technique as far as what we could tell here from the box. Done well by Travis. So extended arms is what we saw, but a no call by the official, and left number 9, Dylan Marshall, open to score that goal for the Canes.
Now, one thing, if you're the Eagles, you have to, at this point, the game is tied now. You're still in this game. You cannot let the emotions that appear to be coming out at this point take over. You have to find a way to calm yourself down at this point in this game. The score tied. You're still in this game. You have a great chance at victory. You can't let what appeared to be a blatant no call there by the official ruin your concentration at this point in the second half.
Exactly. And you know what? We're only about 17 minutes into this half, so still a lot of time, like you said, to play the rest of this game. Eagles have been keeping up with the Canes, so not like it's been a blatant, missed call from anywhere on the field. But you know what? Just looking to keep that intensity up, play your soccer, play your game, and don't let the official just ruin that for the second half here.
A yellow card there on McClellan as he puts a Canes offensive player on the ground, potentially showing some frustration after the no call earlier. The Eagles looking to regroup here, tied 2-2 with 28 minutes remaining in this second half. Still very much in this game, looking to potentially come away with their first victory of the season, really getting their mental fortitude at this point tested. Ball played into the box. Canes unable to do anything with it. Upchurch on the ball, or Standridge on the ball, excuse me. Standridge plays the ball forward, trying to give the Eagles defense a break. Ball sent forward off of Merlette, out of bounds. Going to be an Eagles throw-in. Kendall at the sideline looking to check in. Ball thrown forward off the head of Ramirez, played forward now. Rose looking to get there, able to do so. Stewart in the middle. Foul called there by the official in the box. Jason Upchurch here to take it. The Eagles looking to regroup after that goal there by the Canes. Ball played forward by Upchurch, looking to find McClellan, not able to do so. McClellan putting pressure on the ball. Grover caught up slightly. Marshall, the goal scorer a moment ago, trying to get in behind him. Good defense there by Standridge. Ball going to roll out and going to be a throw-in for the Eagles. The call appears to be changed at that point. The center official changes it. Cane's going to have the throw in. Marshall. Going to have a free kick here by number 10 for the Canes, Tiago Elias. Marshall here in the middle. The Eagles desperately needing to find their composure. 27 minutes remaining on the scoreboard. 2-2 is the score. The Eagles in this game. A goal by Nick Standridge early on in the first period. A second goal now by Riley Bahalski. Ball deflected. Konazinski able to get his hands on it. Konazinski looking for options.
Eagles really looking to regroup here, kind of find their tempo, find the pace that they want to play the rest of this game at. Like we said, a lot of time left on the clock, 27 minutes.
Now, Braden, talk to me a little bit about, I'm used to basketball, I'm used to volleyball, where a timeout can be called. In soccer, you don't necessarily have that ability as a head coach to call a timeout and allow your guys to mentally regroup. As a soccer player, what are you looking to do at this point to potentially regroup? Standridge on the ball now. Standridge in the middle, looking to get the ball to Stewart, able to clear it. Yefimov on the ball. Yefimov looking for a shot, rips one, and it sails just left. Back to my original question, as a soccer player, I know you've played for multiple years, having a brother out there. How do you regroup as a soccer player without necessarily being able to come to the sidelines, take that minute off? What are some things that you can potentially try to do to help them regain that composure that they've shown throughout this match?
Yeah, well, you see Coach Joe Liwaz being very vocal on the sidelines, trying to communicate with his guys. That's what you're going to want to do. But as far as what you're looking for in that regroup, you're looking for your seniors. You're looking for your leaders on the team. Your Travis Rose, your Paul Stewart, looking to really kind of calm the guys, set that tempo, and get that pace back for the Eagles that they're looking to have right now.
Marshall shielding Grover. Upchurch tracking back, trying to get on the ball. Shot ripped in. Konazinski gets a punch on it. Ball does not sail out of bounds. Upchurch wisely heads it out of bounds, and the Canes are going to have a corner from the right-hand side. Elias to take it. Now, I believe one other thing you can potentially do there, you saw maybe Coach Liwaz trying to slow the pace down, trying to get a substitution in there.
Mm-hmm.
Able to give the Eagles maybe a couple seconds there to regroup.
Yeah, just kind of give them time for the guys to communicate on field a little bit more and trying to set this pace and trying to get the tempo back up.
Bahalski clears it. McClelland up at the top looking to create some pressure. Ramirez across the field. Ramirez to Zolman. Ball sails out of bounds off the foot of an Eagles defender. Going to be a Canes throw-in by Zolman. 18, Rafael Faria looking to get himself into the action. Long throw-in there by Zolman. Lands at Yefimov. Yefimov clears it, but we're going to have a foul called on number 3, Mohamed Baldi, for the Canes. The Eagles going to have a free kick from inside the box. Upchurch to take it. Upchurch with the long, booming free kick, looking for Bahalski. Bahalski, size advantage there. Baldi wins it. Little pressure there. McClellan looking to get to Standridge, unable to do so. Grover on the ball, trying to keep it in bounds, able to do so. Grover rose forward, and we're going to have a foul called on the Eagles. The Canes to have a free kick. Another card there by the official on left back, Ben Grover. Elias to take the free kick for the Canes. Marshall at the top of the box, number 11, Alves, also looking to post up there.
A physical play from Ben Grover there. Maybe not what you're looking to be card worthy, but obviously the official deeming that to give that out right now, trying to keep control of this game as we have seen just in this first 21 minutes of the second half. Just a lot of physicality, a lot of tempers coming up. And so let's see if he can keep that up in the next 24 minutes to finish off this game.
Ramirez to play the ball into the box. Rose there first. Rose out to Bahalski. Bahalski looks to clear it. Ball played extremely high. Merlette gets ahead on it. Bahalski able to get there. Zolman on the ball. Zolman able to get past Yefimov. Can he beat another one? Zolman trying to get the ball to Alves, unable to do so. Stewart forward to Standridge, racing down the sideline. The goalie off his line, looking to let the ball roll, and it does roll back into the box. The goalie, Bonzano, picks the ball up, and he's looking to reset now for the Canes. Rose again being asked to labor a ton today. McClellan there with a nifty pass. Standridge not expecting it. Chasing back to Bonzano. Trips up the goalie. The official cautioning McClellan. Doesn't look like there's a card coming at this point, but a risky play there by McClellan, sitting on a card already. The Eagles tied 2-2 with 22 minutes remaining. Cannot afford at this point to go a man down. McClellan needs to be a little bit smarter there, Braden.
Yeah, with the goalie coming out, I mean, obviously he's out of his box, so he's looking to just take a kick there, and Jake wanted to stay aggressive. But you still need to be conscious of where he's at on the field at that time.
Alves plays the ball forward to Chung. Chung into the box. Thompson able to play some good defense there, and the ball sails across the field. The ref stopping play again at this point. Going to be a goal kick now for Brent Konosinski. Pedro Lima checking in, looking to give Bahalski a breather with 22 minutes to go. Hatcher checking in for Standridge. The Eagles looking to give their starters a breather in hopes of a second wind in the next couple of minutes. Konosinski to take the goal kick. Grover to the left. Thompson to the right. Yefimov, Molinex, and Stewart in the middle. Ball played short. Molinex up for it. Good play there by Grover. Stewart on the ball, looking to create. Stewart plays it out wide. Can Hatcher get there? It appears Hatcher's going to be able to get there. Hatcher chasing down the line, looking for Stewart. Hatcher unable to find an opening. Good slide there by Yefimov. Back to Stewart. Yefimov looking for options. You've got Lima out on the right-hand side. Molinex rips it in. Hatcher, can he get there? Hatcher unable to get there, and the ball goes out on the far sideline. Bonzano to take the kick for the Canes.
What you're wanting to see out of this Eagles offense right now, as we're saying, trying to get that pace and tempo back in right now. Making those passes and adjustments where needed, getting some fresh legs in and getting some plays on the ball up front.
Rose up to head the ball, gets there. Yefimov with the second. Molinex trying to get there, unable to do so. Kane sending a ball out wide. Grover gets there. Molinex with the back heel to Lima. Can Lima keep it in bounds? Unable to do so. Throw Canes. Baldy to take it. Starter Zay Harris checking back into the game for Zolman. Baldy with the long throw. Thompson bodying him up. Ball gets through. Thompson's got to get back. Rose in the middle. Konazinski up. Stewart trying to play some physical defense in the middle. Ball played through. We're going to have an offsides call on the far side. Good play there by Grover to get that offsides call on the Canes. Braden, what'd you like there?
Yeah, that was good communication from that backfield. You saw Jason Upchurch slide into the middle and originally poke that ball back out as Travis Rose was marking up the ball coming up. So that was a great play as in the middle, and then, as you said, Ben Grover sliding up and making that offsides call happen, obviously saving the Eagles in that situation.
Grover to Stewart. Stewart looking for options. Stewart looking to create. Stewart to Yefimov. McClelland on the ball to Molinex. Molinex with a man wide open on the far side. Can he get there? Baldy cuts it off, and the ball played back to the goalie, Bonzano. Bonzano forward. Marshall shielding his eyes. Upchurch able to get ahead on it. And senior captain Thompson unable to settle the ball down. Yefimov trying to body him off the ball, able to do so. Thompson down the line. Ball's going to sail out of bounds. Foul there on the Canes. Thompson going to have a free kick on the far sideline.
Looking like a bit of a late shove there from the Canes offensive front, pushing on Jeff Thompson there. Good, strong play, though.
Definitely a great play there by Thompson. He bended, he didn't break. Definitely something you want to see out of that Eagles defense at this point in the game. Scored 2-2 with 17 minutes remaining in this game. Eagles looking for that go-ahead goal to potentially secure their first victory of the season.
Yeah, and you saw Kendall Molinex in the middle of the field here just a couple moments ago, kind of looking for that outside man. As you said, he was open. Looked like Pedro Lima on that right side. And looking to try and spread the field, see what they need to make happen to get this offense going and to put a goal in.
Thompson gets in there. McClelland across the field. Doesn't see Hatcher. Ball cut off. Rose able to get there. Alves into the box. McClelland trying to get the ball to Hatcher. Hatcher unable to control it. Hatcher gets it back. Pedro Chung there with the hold. The Eagles going to have a free kick. Upchurch up to take it again. Hatcher looking to get far down the line and create options for the big booming kick of Jason Upchurch. Wind in Upchurch's face. Booming kick by Upchurch. Stewart on the end of it. Clearance by number 18, Rafael Faraya. Rose caught up. Upchurch looking to get there. Upchurch able to do so, trying to find options. Stewart on the ball. Stewart looking for Hatcher. Ball deflected. Stewart with the late slide tackle.
Looking like Paul Stewart being warned by the official once again as he received a yellow card at the end of the first half. Both him and Jake McClellan possibly on some thin ice with the official. Still 16 minutes left to go in this game.
Definitely tempers flaring for the Eagles in this game. Frustrated at the calls not necessarily going their way in this contest. The Eagles having to regroup at this point. Still tied 2-2 in this ball game. Looking to come away with their first victory of the season. Slide by Ramirez. Ball goes out of bounds. Going to have a substitution now. Mauke, the goal scorer in the first half, and Rafael Sancio checking in for Tim Yefimov, looking to give him a breather. When play resumes, Grover on the near sideline looking to throw the ball in for the Eagles. Grover gets it to Stewart. Stewart trying to get it up to someone. Ball sails out of bounds. Going to be another throw in. Merlette to take it for the Canes. Rose trying to get there, not able to do so. Head by Upchurch. And Alves is down. Hatcher on the ball, looking to create some space. Faraya in the middle of the field. Ball played out to Thompson. Thompson looking to clear it. Ball goes out of bounds on the far sideline. Throw by Zay Harris for the Canes coming. Number 6, Zay Harris on the defensive side looking to check in, as well as number 20, Chris Avery. Coach Warren Russ for the Canes in his 12th season looking to bring some defense into this game in hopes of potentially keeping the score close and giving the Canes the opportunity to get a late goal and a victory today. Braden, this has been an extremely chippy second half.
Yeah, and I think we kind of anticipated that as we saw the last little 10 minutes and so of the first half. And still the official attempting to stay on top of it right now, but still some time left to play, just under 14 minutes, as both teams look to stay physical and in this game.
You see Paul Stewart staying on the field a little bit longer than we're accustomed to. The Eagles tied 2-2. Stewart trying to stay in there and really lead that midfield. Standridge and Bahalski currently out of the game. McClellan in his second game back, having played every single minute of today's game. Sayers over the ball. Ball taken by Alves. Alves heads it into the box. Baldy with the header, cleared by senior center back Travis Rose. And the Canes will reset. Rose forward, ball deflected. Out to Avery, and Grover able to clear it on the near sideline. Baldy to take the throw in. A bit of a puzzling decision. We've still yet to see Joel Hatcher in this second half. What do you make of that, Braden?
I think Coach Liwaz has been probably pleased with his starters, who's he put in so far. In this game, you know what? Like we said, they've held up the play. They've held up what they needed to so far, given up 2 goals, but doing what they need to possibly give the best chance.
Sayers with the opportunity. Drills it past Konazinski. Konazinski with his hands up in disbelief. Another defensive breakdown there for the Eagles, and the Canes take the lead. Sayers trying to quiet the crowd.
Looking like a good touch there from Sayers as he brought the ball down right at his feet, gave himself a good positioning right inside the box, and Brent Konazinski for the Eagles not able to make a play on that ball.
This game appearing eerily similar to the game Thursday night. The Eagles tied 2-2 late into that game. A late goal by the Panthers gives them the 3-2 advantage, but Nick Standridge bailed the Eagles out. Nick Standridge about to check back into the game. Can he do it again for this Eagles offense? Stewart on the ball. Again, Joel Hatcher checking into the game. We just mentioned him. Hatcher back to Grover. Grover to Rose. Molinex in space. Molinex looking for options. Hatcher on the far sideline. McClellan. Can he create some space? Hatcher, here's a shot. Diving save by the goalie. Going to be the Eagles' first corner kick of the game.
Great shot there from Joel Hatcher, taking the time to set that ball, take that great shot as the clock continues to run here.
The refs trying to run the clock down. A bit of a technical difficulty earlier on, trying to get the clock reset to where it needs to be. The officials holding up play at this point. Lima on the corner. Molinex with a beautiful bicycle kick and buries it into the back of the net past the diving save of Bonzano. A phenomenal goal by Molinex. Molinex's second goal on the season, and he knots the game at 3 with 11:54 remaining. That has to be one of the best goals I have ever seen on this field, Braden. The goal by Molinex gets the Eagles faithful to their feet. After Sayers quiets the crowd, Molinex gets the Eagles faithful on their feet. Paul Stewart with a little bit of showmanship there, cleaning off the boot of Molinex. But the goal of his life for Kendall Molinex, definitely something you're going to want to see a replay of later on this evening.
Absolutely. Great finish that you're looking for right there. Pedro Lima giving you a good ball coming into the middle. After that set that the officials had kind of calmed down, let the clock reset, way to pick it right up, and great job, Kendall Molinex finishing off that ball.
The Eagles bench at this point loving that play by Kendall Molinex. The Eagles continue to fight in this game, much like Thursday night, trailing 3-2 late in regulation. Looking for a spark. On Thursday night, it was Standridge. Tonight, it's Molinex. This Eagles team seems to have a flair for the dramatic late in these games.
Yep. Keeping that intensity up right to the end is what you want to see. Here we see Paul Stewart going down, looking like he got caught in the heel a little bit by the midfielder from the Canes, but up and moving, thankfully, right now. And here we have Jason Upchurch looking to take this free kick from the back for the Eagles back line.
At this point now, the Eagles have to harness some of the momentum that they just stole back from the Canes, tied 3-3, 11:15 remaining on the clock. Can they find that last goal in order to potentially seal their victory? Dangerous ball there into the box. Molinex looking for his second, unable to create an opportunity. Going to have an offsides called here by Koke, by the official on Koke. Ball back to the middle of the field. Upchurch appears to be the free kick taker at this point. Eagles looking to get numbers forward. McClellan in the game, Stewart in the game. Ball played in. A little bit of a miscommunication. Ball played off of Koke. Sancio trying to recover. 11 on the ball. Mateus Alves plays it out wide to Sayers. The Eagles faithful giving it to Sayers after he tried to quiet the crowd earlier. Thompson on the ball with the throw-in coming.
Some great resilience that you want to see from the Eagles line right now. Like we were just saying, needing to come back, get the momentum. Kendall Molinex giving him that spark. Needing to keep that up right here in the game.
Absolutely. We mentioned coming out of the half, the Eagles looking to show some intensity. They do that in the first 10 minutes. It got chippy in between there, lost some composure, a couple of goals there for the Canes, but the Eagles now get a spark that they were looking for back in this game, 3-3 with 9:50 remaining. Braden, the Eagles looking to come away with their first victory this year.
Yeah, and they have 10 minutes to do so, see if they can put another goal in. You saw head coach for the Canes, Warren Russ, change out some defenders about 5-10 minutes ago, looking to get some fresh legs back there. So let's see if this Eagles offense can expose those holes that they need to find.
Lima with the long throw to McClellan. McClellan with the back heel to Sancio. McClellan on the ball. Baldy clears it. Sayers tracking back. Can he get there? It appears that he can't. Another throw in by Lima coming. Molinex open. Molinex trying to find space. Sayers cuts the ball off. Eagles trying to recover. Sancio chasing. Ball played forward. Grover trying to beat Avery. Avery beats him. Grover tracking back. No call there by the official.
Bit of a late call from the center official here, walking out to his line ref to see what he wants to make on this play.
Is that Grover's second yellow card?
I do believe so. Looking like the center official is not recognizing that quite yet. And there it is.
And Grover showing a red card for that foul. Still unclear if the foul appeared outside the box or if it's going to be a penalty kick for the Canes. The Eagles have continued to not catch any breaks in this contest. Still no motion from the official. It appears now that we're going to have a penalty kick. Tiago Elias up to take it for the Canes. Score tied 3-3, 8:25 remaining. Can Konosinski pull a rabbit out of the hat? Konosinski saved one of these the other night. Can he pull a second one out? Something we became accustomed to. Ball buried there by Alves, and the Canes take a 4-3 lead. Head coach Joseph Lee was disgusted. A lot of miscommunication there by the head official. The Eagles, after they appeared to be back in this game, again trail 4-3 with 8:25 remaining. Lima, after a beautiful corner kick, leads to the goal by Molinex, now checking out of the game. Standridge checking back in. Hatcher still in the game. Back to Molinex. Stewart to Sancio. Sancio looking to get the ball out to Rose. The Eagles playing with 10 men at this point. Rose smartly clears it back to the goalie, Konosinski. Braden, at this point, the Eagles playing with 10 men, 8:20 left on the clock, leading or trailing 4-3. What are you trying to do if you're this Eagles offense to potentially create an opportunity to tie this game back up?
Well, you see Coach Lewa is leaving 3 defenders in the back, obviously with losing Ben Grover. But as that ball goes clear over, thankfully for the Eagles back line, but leaving 3 in the back, leaving all his offensive players up front with his 3 centermen and his 3 strikers as well. So hoping to continue to keep that push, even being one member down, that member being from the backfield. So defense needs to hold strong, offense needs to push as always, as they were the whole game, and continue that front.
The defense has definitely been asked to carry a lot of the load today. They're going to be stretched at this point. 3 men on the back line. The Eagles looking to keep all of their offensive players in play. Trailing 4-3. The Eagles continue to show a flair for the dramatic in the early going of this season, but have not been able to capitalize on mistakes. Can the Eagles find that 4th goal to potentially get them back into the game? Ball played through to the penalty kick taker. Rose able to get a foot on it. Ball sails just high. Shot by number 22, Aston Martinez.
A scary ball there coming across, man unmarked in the box. That's what you're going to see with a man down. You know what? The Eagles before could mark him and still stay comfortably in the middle, but that back line making adjustments as needed to the offensive front of the Canes.
Upchurch to take the ensuing kick. Upchurch with the booming kick downfield, looking for Standridge. Standridge trying to flick it on, finds McClellan. McClellan looking for options, trying to find Molinex, unable to do so. Sayers on the ball, racing down the left sideline. We mentioned the Eagles having 3 on the back line after Ben Grover showing the red card. The Eagles midfield now having to help slightly on defense, but then also having to get up. A very hot day on the pitch, being asked to do an awful lot at this point. Can the Eagles find that 4th goal to knot this game back up in the next 6 minutes?
That's what we're looking for, and like you said, the midfield asking to take a little bit more responsibility in the backfield, keeping this score at a 4-3 while trying to also score on the offensive front. That's difficult. We played a lot of minutes already today. 6 minutes left to go. Let's see if these guys have the energy, the conditioning to continue to do that.
We mentioned early on the amount of offsides calls in the last game against the Panthers. Will you see the Eagles start to take more and more chances, trailing 4-3, looking to create that 4th goal? Baldy gets a foot on it, ball played in. Stewart on it, Stewart clears it. Standridge looking to bring it down. Standridge able to do so. Back to Baldy. Standridge trying to get to the ball. Baldy smartly plays it back to the defense, which then booms it forward to Avery. Avery trying to get there, able to do so. Sancio on the ball, misplays it. Koke with the ball. Number 11, Mateus Alves tries to match Molinex, unable to do so on the bicycle kicked attempt. Goal kick now by the Eagles. Upchurch to take it again. Ball played in. Hatcher looking to create space. Forearm in the back of Sayers. Foul going to be called on Hatcher. Canes going to have the ball with 4:47 remaining. Eagles trailing 4-3 in this game. The Canes looking to take their time as they try to have the clock click down. Ball played in. Sancio able to get there. Sancio looking for Hatcher. Hatcher able to keep the ball in play. Play by Molinex. He's got Standridge on the left wing. Again, does not see the player on the far side. Standridge wide open. Thompson to take the ensuing throw in. Thompson looking for Stewart. Stewart keeps control. Nifty play over the top. Koke, the goal scorer early on, looking to make it 5-3. The Eagles defense chasing back. Upchurch gets there. Konozinski with the clutch save to keep the game at 4-3. Quickly plays the ball out to Thompson. Sayers on the ball, racing forward. Sancio trying to close the gap. Upchurch up. 22, Asen Martinez with the shot. Sails left, and another goal kick coming here for the Eagles. At the stoppage, McClellan and Standridge looking to get on the same page. McClellan and Standridge have played together their entire lives. Head coach Lee Waz mentioned that after the game on Thursday night. Getting McClellan back in this lineup, the creativity that he creates as well as the camaraderie that he shows with Nick Standridge. Can the two of those players potentially find a goal that gets the Eagles back into this game? Sayers again up the left sideline. Thompson's beat. Sayers looking for space to get the ball in. Sayers gets the ball in. Ball lands on the foot of number 10. Number 10 across the goal mouth and buries it. Konozinski unable to get there. The score now 5-3 Canes with 2 minutes and 38 seconds remaining.
An unfortunate goal there for the Eagles as they are short-staffed on that back line. A great shot, great turnaround by number 10, Elias, looking to put that goal in for the Canes, was able to just do that.
Standridge standing over the center. The Eagles now trailing by 2 goals, desperately looking for a goal to potentially give them the ability to tie this. The Eagles' hopes slowly fading away as we get deeper into this second half. Stewart out to Thompson. Thompson to Hatcher, back to Molinex. Molinex looking to create some space. McClellan asking for the call, able to get so. Eagles going to have a free kick from about 40 yards out. The clock's still ticking as the ref talks to JP Thorette for the Canes. Stewart to take the free kick with 2:12 remaining. Eagles trailing 5-3. Look for Stewart to rip the shot here. Eagles trailing 5-3. Stewart rips it on frame. Off the crossbar. Baldy able to clear it. Upchurch gets ahead on it. Miscommunication there with Sancio, able to recover. Rose playing out of position in that left back role. Gets the ball to Stewart. Stewart to Rose. Rose looking up line to McClellan. McClellan looking to create. Good play there by Canes defender JP Thorette to clear the ball out of bounds. Throw in now for the Eagles. Minute 25 remaining. Going to be a throw in here. Rose to Stewart. Stewart back to McClellan. McClellan plays it into the box. Can Hatcher get on the end of it? Unable to do so. Getting chippy at the end. Another yellow on McClellan, and the Eagles are going to be showing their second red card of the match. Frustrations boiling over for the Eagles. The Eagles head into halftime with the score tied 1-1. Blatant calls missed in this second half have led to a 5-3 Canes lead. McClellan's frustration boiling over, and he will be the second Eagle showing a red card in today's match. The Eagles now playing with 9 men, clock ticking. Eagles down 5-3. It looks to be out of reach at this point, Braden.
Yeah, an unfortunate end to the game. Not what you want to see from the Eagles players. Honestly, with seeing these 2 red cards, too, that's going to hurt as we look forward to Talladega here Tuesday. You're going to be missing both Ben Grover and Jake McClellan in that matchup. 2 starters that you've really looked to really develop these last 2 games as we get going into the season. So Eagles looking to see who's going to fill that gap there for Tuesday.
Braden, at this point, a tough end to today's contest. Looked extremely promising. The Eagles leading 1-0 early on. Give up a goal, head into half. 0-0. Tempers flaring at the end of this match, but we'll keep it right up here. Braden, has to be a frustrating defeat for the Eagles after losing in double overtime the other evening.
Yeah, it's a tough 2 games in a row for the Eagles. As you see, you know what, just some frustration coming out here on the field. What you need to take away is the positives here. I think we played well today. As you watch the Eagles team, we know put in the goals that needed to be at the time. Maybe there's some missed calls that we saw in the second half, some frustration. That's going to come with part of playing sports. And so these guys need to bounce back from that, look at what they need to make their adjustments for Tuesday, and look to the rest of the season as well.
Absolutely. We mentioned at halftime the Eagles looking to come in with some intensity. The Eagles do that. They seem to be checking all of the boxes the last 2 games, but at this point they still have not been able to come away with that elusive victory.
Yeah, and Coach Leoz is doing a great job in staying on top of these guys, asking them to do what they need to do to possibly try and win these games. And I think that you've seen the last 2 games, these starters, these guys coming off the bench, doing exactly what they need to, what Coach is asking them to do. And they just need one to fall their way here soon to get back on that momentum and back on the track.
The Eagles, after losing this game, fall to 4-0 on the season. Definitely a lot of bright spots for this Eagles team. We head into Tuesday. You did mention the possibility that Jake McClellan and Ben Grover will miss that match. Definitely going to have to see what the Eagles are able to bring to that game. But you have to like what you've seen in these last 2 games, even though the results haven't been there. A tougher schedule this year for the Eagles. But you're hoping that these adversity games that we've had the last 2 games really lead to some success later in the season.
Yeah, and with the toughness of schedule that the Eagles will be playing this year, you know what? They're facing these good teams. They're playing great soccer, and I think that's going to come to play in their conference games. You know what? You're going to see that next week as we go down to Toccoa Falls, and they're going to play a regional game against an opponent that they're going to see later in the postseason. So we're hoping that the toughness of the schedule on this team is testing and trying and moving these guys to be what they need to be later on in the season as well.
Great. Well, we want to thank you for joining us today for this second edition of Eagles Soccer during the 2018 season. For me, Noah Frary, and my partner, Braden Buklowski, we want to thank you for joining us, and we look forward to hearing you back out here in the future.